morning. Good morning, everybody. Here we are live in the loft again today, and you guys are in for a recovery day. So today we're going to do a nice big mobility set, and goal today is just kind of recover if you put in a hard week. We had 4 kind of straight days of workouts basically. So for me, I started on Monday, or what was it? Sorry, Tuesday. So for me, this is my 6th day. So I'm looking forward to a stretch, a little mobility day, and I'm going to lead you guys through it today. So we're going to have some fun. I'm just going to get us kind of going here on Instagram as well too, and then we'll rock and roll. So I think we got us live on Instagram now. We're live on YouTube, and we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna go through a nice big mobility day with you guys, and should feel a whole lot better after the workout today. Should feel like we're loose, we're mobile, and it's great kind of to take the time to spend doing it. So what I want us doing is we are going to start off going through a little bit of what I call boga, which again is Brennan's interpretation of yoga for those that have been following. And what we're going to do is we're going to do kind of like an Ashtanga yoga flow series just to start off with. Basically, we're holding for 5 breaths in downward dog, and then everything else we're just kind of flowing and moving through. So the first set you may find a little slow, kind of keeping up, but hopefully we can kind of get going a little bit quicker. And then after that, we're going to be doing a whole bunch of static stretching. We're going to work on hips today. We're going to work on shoulders today, and leave us feeling good. So we're going to start off here. I want us standing nice and tall, and from here, what we're going to do is we're going to inhale, come up over our head. We're going to exhale. We're going to forward fold here. Hands down towards the ground. Just hold here for a couple breaths. Good. And we're just going to slowly bring ourselves back up. And then I want us just doing 3 breaths standing. So we're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. We're going to hinge at the hips again. Forward fold for me. And from here, I want to just widen our stance. Let's move those feet out nice and wide here. Hang out here, forming a few breaths. Okay, we're going to bring our feet back together, bring ourselves up. And from here, we're going to start to move into that flow series that I kind of mentioned. Going to move the mat sideways, so hopefully we can see whether we're on YouTube or Instagram. And then I'm just going to stand sideways here for us. So what I want us doing here now is moving through that flow series. We're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold here. You're going to inhale, lift your eyes. Exhale, stepping back. I want us lowering down here. We're going to inhale, come up into up dog. Good. Exhale, curl the toes, hips back, coming into down dog. This is where we're holding for 5 breaths, pressing those heels down. Down dog is awesome for our calf, Achilles, hamstrings, even your shoulders, your thoracic spine. From here, you're going to look up between your hands. I want you to take your right foot here, and we're going to step up between the hands. So we're here. Left leg is straight in the back. We're going to come up into a nice high lunge position here. We're going to go arms up overhead. Good. We're going to come back down. Hands beside the foot. Stepping back. Lowering down. Back into that up dog. Nice and strong in the back of the body. Roll the shoulders back. Down dog here. And I want you to take that left foot. Lift that left leg up. Step up between the hands. High lunge here. Arms up over the head. Coming back down, stepping back, lowering down, up dog, curl the toes, down dog here, press those knees back, try not to have a bend in them, try to press those knees back if we can. I want you to look up at your hands here, I want you to step up those hands. We're going to forward fold, try to extend those legs. We're going to inhale, arms up over the head. Exhale, come back down. Beautiful. We're going to move through that same flow again here. So let's inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, stepping backwards, lowering down. Inhale, coming up into up dog. Curl the toes. Hips back, down dog. Holding here for 5. Nice deep breaths. I want you taking that right leg, stepping up between your hands. Left leg straight in the back, extend that knee. Arms come up over your head. Hands coming back down. Stepping back, lowering down. Into up dog. Curl the toes. Down dog. Press the hips back, press the knees back. Take that left leg here. Stepping up between hands. High lunge position. Arms up overhead. Hands coming back down. Stepping back. Lowering down. Up dog. Curl the toes. Into down dog. Hold it here 5 breaths. Look up between your hands. You're going to step it up again. Forward fold. Inhale. Arms up. Exhale. Good. Coming down. We're going to do that step one more time. So moving through our flow series here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Hinge at the hips. Hands to the floor. Inhale. Lift the head. Lengthen the spine. Exhale. Stepping back. Lowering down. Inhale. Up dog. Exhale. Down dog. 5 breaths here. Strong through the hands. Press the heels down. Press those knees back. Good. Inhale. I want you guys looking up between your hands. Stepping up. High lunge position. Press that left heel back towards the ground. Arms up over the head. Hands coming back down. Stepping back. Lowering down. Up dog. Curl the toes. Down dog. Press the heels back. Take that left leg. Step it up between the hands. High lunge position. Press that right heel back. Arms up over the head. Hands coming back down. Stepping back. Lowering down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 5 breaths here. Good. Look up between the hands. You're going to step it up again. Stepping up. Forward fold. Try to press those knees back if you can. Lengthen the spine. Inhale. Arms coming up. Beautiful. Nice, guys. Excellent. Good. Grab a sip of water if you guys want some water. Today's a great day to be to make sure that we are getting in proper hydration, because our muscles are going to move better if they're more hydrated. I always give the example of an elastic that's fresh out of a package. Okay, those elastics, have some moisture to them, basically. Okay, if you put them out in the sun and leave them for a couple of days out in the sun, those elastics will dry up. They'll lose any of that moisture that they had. You pull them apart, they break. Okay, so we want our muscles to be hydrated. We don't want them to be brittle like a dry elastic, basically. And they're very similar. They work a lot of the same ways. So let's go here in a nice wide stance. What I want us to do here is we're just going to press the hips forward. We're going to roll the shoulders back. We're going to lean back. We're going to hold here for a couple breaths. Good. Then I want us just keeping the elbows back, shoulders back. We're going to hinge at the hips. Keep those legs nice and straight here. Good. Let's bring ourselves back. Hips forward. Okay, leaning back. Roll the shoulders back. Good. Hips back again. Shoulders back. A few breaths here to unlock those legs out. Good. Let's go hands to the floor here for me. You can let the head fall down now. And I want us reaching back between our legs. So sideways here. Our hips back, we're reaching back between those legs. Good. From here, we're going to walk ourselves over. So just coming a little bit out of it. I want you guys to walk yourselves over to your right leg here, head coming down towards that knee. We're going to walk ourselves over to the left side. And then go back to the middle. We're going to reach back in that middle again. Good. Let's walk our hands over to the right side. Right foot, head coming down. And then walking over to the left side. Head coming down. Try to keep those knees back. Try to lock those knees out if we can. Good. Going back to the middle. Slowly bring ourselves up, hands to the hips. We're going to come forward here out of it. Nice. Awesome, guys. Good. From here, what I want us doing. So we're just going to go work on some quads and some shins here. So I want us just sitting back on the heels. Okay. For some of you, this may be tough on the ankles and then potentially the knees. So wherever you guys are, just sit. If we need to just sit here, then we just sit here. If we can sit right back and sit down on the heels, then we sit right back down on the heels. This one is holding here for 30 seconds. So we're going to get into a little bit of static work here now. So for those of you that have done yin yoga before, what we do in yin yoga or what they do in yin yoga, I'm not a yin yoga instructor, but it's a lot of long static holds basically. And there's some really good benefits to those long static holds. A lot of times what you'll find is when you first get into a stretch, you'll feel tight, you'll feel restricted, and then the longer you hold that stretch, the more things kind of start to just like let go and loosen up basically. And there seems to be more of a lasting, a lasting range of motion or flexibility or adaptation basically to that stretch when we hold it a little bit longer. So we're going to hold here for another 20 seconds. And then what we're going to do is we're going to change that position, and then we're going to work kind of the bottoms of the feet in a different position. But what happens here is for those that are finding this easy, for that last 20 seconds, you can bring your knees up. So we sit back, we can bring ourselves up here, okay? Otherwise, we're just staying right here. Okay, from there, what I want us to do is we're going to change that position. We're going to go to the bottoms of the feet. A lot of problems start and end with the feet and with the ankles. So what I want us to do is I want you guys to hook your toes here underneath. And then what we're going to do is we're going to sit ourselves back. So we're looking for a nice stretch through the plantar fasciitis of the foot, potentially even your Achilles as well too, and then maybe even into that calf. But we got to hook our toes. So make sure you're on a surface that you can hook your toes, okay? And then we're just sitting here, hooking those toes. We're trying to think about pressing our heels backwards as we sit here. Again, we're trying to stretch out the toes, the plantar fasciitis, the arch of the foot, okay? Up into the heel, the Achilles, and even in that calf as well too. If you guys are finding this a little bit tough on your knees, you can always take your mat and fold your mat, and you can fold it a couple times just to make it a little bit softer for you, okay? So we have that little bit of padding, and then just watch how much pressure you have on your knees during this as well too. But a lot of times people will say, oh, my hamstrings are really tight, or I have a sore calf or sore Achilles or whatever it is. And a lot of times it's coming from the foot and from the feet. So if we start there and kind of begin a lot of our work there, then it'll kind of change what's going on up the rest of the chain basically. So good. So from here, I want us just to come out of it. We're going to bring ourselves up. We're just going to shake the feet out. So we can just kind of move forward, move back, and just kind of shake them out, even shake the knees out a little bit. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little bit of just foot mobility, just kind of dynamic here now. So I'll show us sideways. What I want you guys to do is you're gonna keep your toes on the ground. We're gonna roll our heel up onto that big toe. We're gonna give you 10 of those like that. So just rolling up here. So 10 times. 4, up on that big toe. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We'll go same thing on the other side here. So we're rolling up on the big toe as high as you can on it. If you can get higher than me, that's perfect. That's what we want. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. Good. We're going to do a little bit of lateral ankle here. So what I want you guys doing is taking your right foot, kind of put in the middle of the body. We're going to roll that ankle out and then bring it back in. Roll the ankle out, knee out, come back in for 10. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Trying to press the outside of the ankle to the floor for 10. Just switch sides, same thing other side for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then we're going to go same thing, just inside. I'll move closer just so we can see kind of what I'm doing, I guess, here. So now what I want us to do is taking that right foot, we're coming inwards here. That knee can come in, pressing the inside of the ankle towards the floor. Don't want to feel pain in the knee, okay? We're trying to get that ankle moving. We want our ankles to move in all directions. We want our body to move in all directions if we can. 2 more, 9, 10, and then we'll switch it up, same thing other side for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. Good. Okay, we're just going to get it moving. We're going to go little circles here now. So you can go hands on knees, and then what I want us to do is we're going to work our knees around and then coming back, and then work our knees around the other way and then coming back. And then sideways, our goal is trying to keep the heels on the ground. So we're forwards here, backwards here, forwards. Trying to drive the knees over the toes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to do 10 more. 1, 2. Drive the knee over. Keep the heels down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Good. Okay, we're going to get into a little bit of functionality now. So for those that have been following along, you may have seen this one before already. What I want us doing here now is we're going to go down into a deep squat. Heels will probably come off the ground for most of us. Some of you may be able to hold the heels on the ground. I'm not sure. But probably those heels are going to come off. So from here, what I want us doing is then you're just going to walk your knees out. You're going to touch the ground. You're going to come back up. As you come back up, I want us going into a squat position. So then we're coming here. We're going to walk back out. Knees come down. Bring yourselves back up. Squat position. We'll do that one more time. Come back up. Squat position. From here, what we're going to do now is you're going to go same thing. We're going to try to go no hands. So our knees are here on the ground. We're hooking the toes, and then we're going to bring ourselves up. So from here, we hook. Bring yourselves up. Come back down. Working the feet out. Again, getting a little bit of strength in there as well. 2, 2. Come back out. 3. Good. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to try to hold in this position here, leaning backwards with our knees just sort of an inch, okay, or a centimeter off the ground if we can. And then this one is going to get a little bit of strength in there while we're getting that range of motion in the bottom of the foot as well too, and in that calf. So we're going to press the knees out, and then if you're not falling, you're not trying. So we're trying to balance out there, play with it. We want to get out here, balancing. Good. We'll stop it right there. Awesome, guys. Perfect. Good. From here, we're going to get into a little bit of grind, adductor work. So what I want you guys just starting off with is we're just going to start off with a seated open leg position here. So kind of similar to what we did when we were upstanding. Okay. And so from here, what I want us doing is we're just going to start off just grabbing onto the inside of the leg. If you can grab onto your toes, we grab onto those toes, and then we're just going to pull ourselves here in the middle. We're going 30 seconds here. Try to relax into it here. Good. What I want us to do is you're going to move yourself over onto that right side here now. So we're holding onto our right foot and then static holding here. We're going to go 30 seconds each side. You may feel this through the side, through the back. Try to pull the toe up if we can on the foot. And just relax. You want to visualize your body doing what you want it to do, which is just melting down towards the knee. Good. We're going to work our way over to our left leg now, left side here. Good. We're going to go one more time back in the middle, grabbing onto those feet, pulling ourselves through here. Yeah, and if we can't do that, we just hold on to the ankles or wherever you got, okay? Work with that breath. Every exhalation, want to relax a little bit deeper. Good. Excellent, guys. Good. From here, we're going to hit the adductors here, just in a butterfly stretch. So I want us just going feet together here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to think about engaging your glutes to press our knees down towards the ground. So think about pulling your knees down towards the ground with the glutes. And then we want to stay up nice and tall if we can with our bodies. A lot of us have done this one before. If we don't use it, we lose it. So trying to work on it and maintain it is huge for us. And we're going to hold another 30 seconds here, pressing those knees down. Thanks for coming out today. Thanks for waking up with me today. For everyone that's watching, said it always gives me a good reason to get up in the morning. Gives purpose to my day. Excellent, good. From there, we're going to stay with the groin. We're going to stay with the adductors. Okay, we're going to go into a frog pose. So we're going to go knees out here, nice and wide. Feet out. Don't let your feet come together. Again, for those that can see my feet here, don't let them come together. We want to keep our feet out, so sideways. This, it looks like this. Don't have your feet in. Keep those feet out. They should be out in line with your knees. If you need to or want to, you can take your mat and then fold it in. So that way we get that little bit of extra padding on the inside of the knee here. Let's knees out. And then all we're doing is we're just working forwards and then sinking ourselves back. Okay? We're going to work forwards and sink ourselves back. And what we're going to do is we're going to give you 10 of these. And then we're going to hold for 30 seconds at the end of it. That's 4. Coming forwards. And then back for 5. Move those hips back. 6. Hand position doesn't matter. Let's go where it feels comfortable. 8. We're doing 2 more, and then we're going to hold for 30 seconds at the back. 9. And last one here is 10. So find a comfortable position. Move those hips back. Moving my hands out just gives me a little bit more leverage to push those hips back here. And we're going to hold for 30 seconds. The groin, the adductors. If you're like me and grew up playing hockey, You're probably going to have some restricted range of motion in here. If you did something like dance or gymnastics, which is what I put my kids in, you're probably going to move pretty well in here. Awesome, good. We'll slowly bring ourselves out of it. What I want us to do in here is we're just going to come into kind of a child's pose, just give the groin a bit of a break, okay? I want us to just come in here, just curling up, sit back on those heels, head can come down here, and just rest for me in a nice little ball. Okay, beautiful. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to get into a glute stretch here, a nice big glute stretch. So what I want us doing is I want you guys to take. We're going to bring one foot up, and it's going to come to one side of the mat. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring that same leg just straight back, and we're going to let that knee fall back. So basically, I'll show us from the front. You should have your back knee in line with your front foot. And then we're looking for a nice stretch in the glute of the front leg. So it's here, okay? Almost like you're in an inline lunge position, okay? And then we're gonna let that knee fall out to the side. Back leg can just stay down on the mat. We'll slide ourselves back here. And then we're trying to press this knee down towards the ground with our glutes. So just hold in there for me. I'm gonna hold it here for a minute. Again, looking for a nice stretch in those glutes. Just breathe in here, let that knee fall down. The leg that's in front, that's the leg that we're working, getting the stretch in. That back leg, you may get a little bit of a stretch in the front of the leg, the hip flexor. Good. We're going to come out of that, and we're just going to come and we're going to switch sides. I just have to change something up and switch something. So if you guys can just start on that other side, and then I'll jump into it. I'll keep talking. But I want to switch in to our other side, getting that other side going. Okay, so we have our left foot forward. It's our right leg back here. Okay, we're pressing that knee out down towards the ground. Look for a nice stretch in the glute. This is often the cause of low back pain as well too, is being tight in our glutes. Spend most of our day sitting for a lot of us, for most of us. And the glute muscles get tight, get stiff. Especially those of us that exercise, that do a lot of the right things. When we work out, lift weights, and then we sit for a lot of the day afterwards, muscles get tight. Okay, so I'm gonna let us come out of that there. That's awesome, guys, good. Good, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do what I call a hip floss. So we're just gonna add a little bit of movement to it now. So we're gonna go one leg up and then one leg back. So we're gonna go right foot up here. We're gonna go right hand on the foot, and then left leg's gonna be back. And then what we're doing is we're just gonna floss, let the knee come out, knee come forward, knee come out, knee come forward. And while we're doing this, we're trying to think about sinking our hips down towards that ankle, okay? So working forwards here, working back, working forwards, working back. Let that knee fall out to the side. Trying to bring the hips down towards the ankle. I'll show us sideways here. Try to keep that back leg straight if we can. Working through. Excellent. And we're going to switch sides. So it's the same thing on the other side here now. So we're left foot up, left foot back. We let that knee fall out to the side. And then we're working through, working back here. strength, power, aerobic fitness, and anaerobic fitness. Balance they're all elements of fitness, but they're not all the only elements. The ability to move is huge. I always say, when you stop moving, you stop living. So we want to be able to move well. Okay, we want to be nice, loose, free, beautiful. Good. Hopefully those hips are feeling good. We'll give the glutes a bit of a break. What we're going to do is we're going to come into some hip flexor and a little bit of quad work here. Okay, so you may want to just take your mat and then fold it up just like this. Okay, looks like we might have a guest today again, as usual. Everybody starts coming in around this time of the day. So we're just going to come here in a kneeling position. What I want us doing is I have my right knee up and my left knee down, and I'm going to lunge forward. But as I'm lunging forward, I'm not going to arch my back. I'm going to stay tight in my core. I'm going to squeeze my left glute, and I'm looking for length here in the hip flexor of my left side. So I'll show us here sideways. Okay, it's left knee down here. Right knee is up. Again, I'm not arching my back. I'm not leaning here, okay? I'm also not totally relaxed like this. We want to just be here, strong in the core, and then squeezing that left glute. We're going to hold here for me. Do you want to entertain everybody, Lily? Do you want to say anything to everybody? No? Okay.
I'm going to crackers.
They're going to think you eat crackers for breakfast every morning, Okay?
No, I'm not. It's just my snack.
It's their morning snack.
I'm waiting for everybody to wake up over here.
Good. We're going to switch sides. I want us just doing the same thing here on the other side now. Let's right knee down, left knee up. What we're looking for is engaging that right glute here. Okay. Point that toe behind, and then we'll have almost hit kind of all elements of the hip. We'll have hit our adductors. We've done some work for the hamstrings, kind of when we were standing doing that downward dog set, and then here we're also kind of hitting front of the hip and the adductors. Hip's pretty interesting because it's like a ball and socket joint. So we really want to kind of work everything around the hip, and then that's why we're sort of hitting everything at all angles basically, and then even mixing in some of that, some of that movement, I guess, or that dynamic stretching. We'll just go 10 more seconds here. Beautiful. Okay, from here, what I want us doing is we're going to go over our fronts, we're going to hit the quads, and then we're going to pop up, and then we're going to get into a little bit of shoulder mobility, kind of like I mentioned at the start of the workout. So the quad stretch that I want us doing here is just down on our fronts. We're just laying down. We're going to stretch our left arm out. You're going to take your right arm here. We're going to grab onto our foot. I have to roll onto my side to grab it, but you just may be able to stay on your front. So we're here. We're pulling that heel towards the bum. Okay. So I'm going to hold it here for me for 1 minute. If you can't grab your foot, you can grab a strap as well too. So we can always grab a strap, a towel, anything like that. Then that way we can grab onto that foot as well. So we're holding here for 1 minute. This one's getting into the quads. For a lot of us, the quads are another really tight spot as well too. If you think about some of the muscles that shorten when we sit, it's the muscles in the front of the body, our quads, our hip flexors, even through psoas. And so doing a little bit of work here is huge. This is also really big for your knee health as well too. So if anybody's having any anterior knee pain, or it's something that's common with you, stretching out the front of the quad is usually essential to correcting that knee pain. Your kneecap kind of floats basically between your femur and your tibia. And if your quads get too tight, what it does is it kind of pushes on that kneecap, and all of a sudden it starts pushing down on the fibula, the tibia, and then we're starting to kind of grind basically, or the femur, it'll start to kind of grind in that knee joint. Good, relaxing. Excellent. I want us taking that right arm out now, okay? Left arm's grabbing on to the left foot, and then we're going to pull that heel towards the bum. The stretching doesn't have to be complicated, it just has to be done. A lot of times people say, oh, what's the best stretch for this or best stretch for that or whatever it is. And, the most important thing with anything is doing it. And so that's what we're doing today. So thanks for coming out. Stretch it with me. This is probably my greatest area of weakness, is my mobility. Nicole might say I have others, but don't believe her.
I believe her.
Almost there. We're gonna hold another 20 seconds here.
I gotta cut the trophy.
All right. Excellent, guys. Good. From here, what I want us to do is we're just going to bring ourselves up. Okay, just sit back, give ourselves a bit of a break. Excellent. And then we're going to get up into a little bit of the shoulder mobility, kind of like I mentioned before. So for your shoulders, all we need something that we can kind of grab onto and hold onto. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use that for our stretching. So really, a wall would work totally fine. If you have a corner of a wall, that might even work a little bit better. And just going to see if we can get set up here to do that. I'm just going to use a chair here.
Daddy, what's the bottom?
To start off with, and if you guys have a chair as well, then you can use a chair too. So first thing we're going to do here is we're going to go into cat-cows. Just get the spine moving. A lot of times thoracic mobility is what limits our shoulder mobility. So we're gonna inhale, arch the spine, lift the chin, and then you're gonna exhale, tuck the tail here. Inhale, arch the spine, lift the chin, exhale. We're gonna give me 5 of those there. Inhale, get that spine moving. Inhale.
Daddy, you're arching your back, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
But you just have to do it that.
Good. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Lily's telling me this is how I'm going to be able to get my gymnastic bridge here. So we're going to go hands here now up on that chair if we have a chair. Okay. And you can use a wall if you wanted to use a wall. Just go hands on the wall, pressing against the wall. We're going to go kneeling here, hands on, and then just sinking back here. We're going to hold here for 30 for me.
Well, this is nice. You must still have some more to sit on.
Many of you are working on handstands at all. This one is your go-to. This is the one we should be working on, the stretch we should be doing to get into that handstand. Even our overhead squats, anything overhead.
I know handstands already. Me and more practice. They're so fun. I'll do that.
Excellent. Good. Now we're going to bring ourselves up. And then what I want us doing here is we're going to grab onto that. That chair basically, or that wall, or whatever we got. And then what I want you guys doing is you guys are actually just going to take your arm. If you can internally rotate it. If not, you can just put it on that wall or that chair, and then we're just going to move our hips back. So my right arm holding on right now, I'm going to take my right glute and I'm going to press it back. So we're looking for a nice stretch to the right side of the body here. I'm going to hold here now. So difference before is we were stretching our thoracic spine, which is just sort of in between your shoulder blades. Now we should be feeling a nice stretch here through the lats. Try to let that arm go straight if we can. Okay? And then try to let yourself get that nice range of motion stretch through the lats.
Daddy, that's the last time. Daddy, was that your first trophy?
Yeah.
Your first trophy?
No. Good. We'll switch sides. So now it's the same thing here on the other side. With left hand holding on, moving ourselves backwards here.
And Daddy, also backwards.
No. Hanging out here, nice stretch. Think about breathing. Think about letting it go.
Daddy, can I just have a couple of the last package?
Good, guys. Awesome. Good. From here now, what we're going to do is we're going to go in a standing position. We're going to go both hands. Can you help out for me, Lily? We're going to go standing position. If you have that wall, so now it's kind of hamstrings here. We're hamstrings and lats. Those arms straight out. Zoom the hips back here. Try to lock the knees out if we can, and then stretch it through here. We're going to hold 1 minute here. Relax the breath and the breathing. Good, excellent. We're gonna come out of that. So last thing I want us to do is we're just gonna end off with a cactus stretch. So we're gonna stretch out the front of our chest, front of the shoulder here, and then we're gonna hit a few different angles on it as well too. Now, you can do this on a wall, okay? So we can do it with our hand on a wall back here. Especially if you're more mobile, that may be a way that you wanna do it. I'm gonna show us on the floor just for the sake of, just for the ease of viewing basically, so you guys can see it essentially. So what we're doing is we're laying down here on the floor, okay? I'm gonna take my right arm here first, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my whole hand on the ground, my elbow on the ground, and then I'm taking my left elbow, it's gonna come up here. From there, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my left leg, I'm bringing it over to the right side, so I'm turning towards the left, and I'm gonna drive that right shoulder down towards the ground. So I'm looking for a nice stretch in my right pec here, front of the shoulder. And we're gonna hold here for 30 seconds now. Can you do me a favor? Can you turn the computer down, angle the screen down a little bit, Lily? Push it down towards me, because right now you can't see my hand on the floor. Walk up to it, just tilt it a little bit towards me. Yeah, yeah, perfect, that's great, thank you. Gotta go a little bit more, yeah. There we go, thanks, honey.
Okay.
You're my assistant. There we go. Excellent. We'll come out of that. And now you're going to go same thing on the other side here. So it's left elbow on the ground. Right elbow is up here towards the ceiling. We're then taking that right leg over. We're rotating. And then we're driving that left shoulder down towards the ground. The left elbow is on the ground here. Looking for a nice stretch in that pec, the chest. And just want to relax while we're here. Breathe while we're here. The key to this one is rotating and trying to keep that shoulder close towards the ground. If we rotate and our shoulder comes way off, we're going to lose that stretch. So we want to keep that shoulder down towards the ground, drive it down towards the ground.
You know why I think you should.
Good, we're going to relax out of that. Now I want to take in our right arm. So we're going back to the first side. You're going to straighten the arm this time. So it's out here, okay? And from here, what I want us doing is left elbow up, okay? And then we're going to rotate here. Push that shoulder down on the ground. What's that, Lily?
Daddy?
Yep.
Do you know why I think you should do videos?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're like the only person that has exercise videos. You're like the only person.
Yeah, you think so? Cool.
I love that.
Lily likes my music today. Kishibashi.
Yeah, you always do.
Kishibashi. Probably pronouncing it wrong. Good. We'll switch it up. We're gonna go same thing here on the other side. I just noticed my Instagram came off, so I'm not sure why. It may contain music that belongs to somebody else. Oh, weird. Guess you can't do that. There you go. Here we go. Left arm out, right elbow up, rotating over. Push that hand down on the ground.
Daddy, at least you have something still working.
I didn't know that was a thing that you couldn't have music. So we're learning.
But you
30 seconds. Good. We're going to go back to that first side. Now what we're doing is we're going to take our arm. It's going up here on a 45-degree angle. Okay, so we're up here. Now we're rotating here. This one's really nice for those overhead movements, overhead squats, a snatch, anything like that.
Handstand.
Handstands.
Handstand? I don't even know what that's.
We're kind of changing all angles here, so we hit all angles of the chest and the shoulder.
Yeah, that's really different.
And we're going to switch it up, so we're going to the other side here now. Left side, and it's up on a 45-degree angle, rotating over. Keep breathing as we're here.
I think it's kind of nice too. Because I don't have any school. Yeah, finally, big grades. I teach them the boys that all our stuff.
Yeah. Excellent, guys. So from here, what I want us doing is I want us just laying down on our backs, and we're just going to end with just 5 nice deep breaths, closing our eyes. So while you guys are breathing and closing your eyes, what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to think about one thing that you're grateful for. Mine's obviously my family.
Yeah.
But think about one thing that you're grateful for. Okay, while we're closing our eyes and we're breathing here. Inhale, we can open up and open the palms up here. Okay, let's go straight out. Focus on something you're grateful for.
I'm grateful for Daddy still making money.
And while we're in this awesome state, I want you guys to think about any problems that you have, any challenges, any struggles. And I want you guys to think about what's one thing that you can do today that you maybe need to do. That will help you with those challenges or those struggles. So make a decision right here this morning to do something positive, something that you can control, something that you can do. It might be hard to do, but you can do. Think about what you need to do, what must be done. And then let's go and let's do that. I want to thank you guys for working out with me here today, stretching with me, for doing our Sunday stretch, and we'll see you back tomorrow. We'll be back at it as hard as ever tomorrow. And again, thanks for coming. Okay, bye guys.